We're back. We're back debating the old men's panel and just about what makes people grumpy and everything about grumpy old men this morning with Sir Peter Leitch, David McPhail and Paul Little. The one thing that makes me grumpy, here's my big bugbear, and it's a big one. It's when you're having lunch or a conversation with someone and they're spending too much time on their blimmin' iPhone or their smartphone, so the interaction is cut off. Now, that is a very grumpy old man thing to do. What do you reckon, David?
I think that's perfectly acceptable grouch. The thing is that I would be more concerned about is if, rather than looking at their iPhone, they played games on it while you were having lunch.
Well, that would be shocking.
Yes.
That would be shocking. You've got a stat about this, haven't you, about Gen Y versus Gen X?
Oh, yeah, well, there's a few things there. One is that, before get onto that, when you see young people, like my teenage daughter and her friends, they only, when they congregate, they never leave their phones. They are there, and they're still communicating with each other, and they're talking to each other, but they're also have this parallel existence going on at the same time. And also, you say, you know, people who spend too much time on their phone, so you're accepting that they will be spending an amount of time. They won't be putting it away, they won't be turning it off. Yeah.
Yes, yeah. Okay, so Peter, scenario, I have lunch with you, and I take a call over 5 minutes long.
Wouldn't worry me in the least.
You're kidding.
I'm a multitasker.
I don't agree with you. I think it would annoy you greatly.
No, it wouldn't. I'm a multitasker. I never turn my phone off. My phone's on the whole time. I don't turn my phone on the plane until they lock that door. As soon as they open that door, or sometimes before they open the door, it's turned on.
You're also a fierce tweeter, aren't you?
Well, I'm trying to. You can't tweet me, Sir Peter Leitch. Get onto it.
So
now.
you're a grumpy old man, but you're a man of the modern world, aren't you?
Oh, well, look, you have to adapt. And look, to be fair, it would different if you're having breakfast with me and you're just playing game. That would really. But then, see, where I'm different from my learned friend here, I'd tell you to off. You know, I'd just get up and walk out. You know.
I think the trick would be if that happened, and they're there and it's gone beyond 5 minutes. Finish your meal.
Yes.
Quietly. Finish the wine. Reach across, grab his wine. Take that and say, "See you later, bye," and go.
And leave them to pay the bill.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yeah. What about your partners? Do your partners find you grumpy? You first, Paul.
No.
Does Brenda find you grumpy?
Not. No, I'm not. She finds I use my iPhone too much. So, you know, she's definitely down there. So perhaps she's the grumpy old woman in the part.
What about you, David?
I don't think I am. She sometimes says I am, yes, that I get in a mood, a black mood, and I just sort of grumble around the house, and nothing is right. Yeah. But she's known me long enough to know it'll pass.
You, Sir Peter?
I can neither confirm or deny.
Yes, you can. You can. You speak to the world, to the audience.
No, I think she would say the odd time I can be grumpy.
For example? Give us an example.
Oh, you know, when I'm going to footy again.
Yes, exactly.
You know, like I haven't seen her all week. Or if you take this week, I'm out nearly every day this week. Yeah. So that gets her a little bit toey. Yeah. You know.
Do you think there's a lesson to be learned out of the book, Paul, in terms of that it's okay to have an inner grump? It's actually nothing negative. It's not from a place of negativity. It's a place that you like your own things, you have your own foibles, like, for example, death or economists or, you know, too much money or that type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, that was a big part of it for me, that people could accept that it's all right to, you know, be furious about something. It doesn't mean that, you know, there's anything wrong with your psychological makeup. You should get annoyed by some things, otherwise nothing would ever get fixed. Yeah.
Do you reckon I mean, you've spent a long time in broadcasting and doing political satire, David. What about the politicians? Do they make you grumpy?
I think they make everybody grumpy at one stage or another. You know. But I think the difficulty is in a way that we've become used to them, and we expect them to annoy us, and they oblige. And I think if you were doing political satire now, I mean, the field is wide open, but it's very hard to get better than they are in reality. Yeah. And better to get funnier than they are.
What politician annoys you the most, then?
How long have we got?
We've got 10 seconds.
Okay. I tell you, I'm not quite sure about David Cunliffe.
All right, okay. What about other things? What about things like music? I mean, Miley Cyrus or the latest things like Lady Gaga. Does Miley Cyrus annoy you?
I love her. I thought that clip she done was fantastic.
You're kidding me?
No, I thought it was great.
What, the nudist wrecking ball one?
Yes, great stuff.
I hate it. I think
You're an old man.
Oh, I'm not.
Well, he thinks Lady Gaga's the latest thing, so that tells you
Come
how
on, Paul.
long...
No, you got to move with it. That's youth of today.
Okay.
Youth of today.
David, what do you reckon about Miley Cyrus and the latest, you know, the nude wrecking ball video, that type of thing?
That doesn't bother me at all. I would imagine a young woman like that who's been cast as a Disney girl for so long would want to break out. And if she wants to dance around with no clothes on, well, who am I to object?
Yeah. Well, we found something very interesting this morning. I hate it, and I get very grumpy about Miley Cyrus, and I do not like it. So here we have Sir Peter Leitch and David McPhail actually loving it. Paul, what do you think?
I don't particularly like it, but I know it's her job to get noticed and to get people talking about it, and I think she's absolutely brilliant at that, so good on her.
Now, finally, Sir Peter, something we want to mention is about Blue September.
Blue September.
Tell us about it.
Blue September's right on now. Very, very important. And this Friday at Pakuranga Placemakers from 7 o'clock till 10 o'clock, they've got a big fun morning, a free Mad Butcher barbecue. You can get your what is it?
PSA test.
Yeah,
that's the one.
Done. The fat bikers will be there. So come out. Doesn't matter where you live in New Zealand. Come out to Pakuranga Placemakers 7 o'clock.
Nice one.
Then, okay.
Be there.
See you there. See you
well,
there, mate.
what do you make of our grumpy old men's complaints? Valid or just all hot air? Jump on Facebook to tell us what you think. Jeanette, what about yourself? Do you think these gentlemen are being curmudgeons, or do you agree with some of the things that they say?
I actually do agree. And, I mean, we're not even old, are we, Cito? We're so not even close to being old. And we do agree with some of them. I think it was the perfect panel this morning. You've got a grumpy old man who's not even,
He's 36 and he's a grumpy old man. God knows what he's going to be like by the time he actually does get old.
We're all about little chips, especially at the moment. Until we win that cup, then we'll all be happy. Old
That's
men,
right.
women and everything. Thank you, boys. Fabulous as always.